From Auburn University, Montgomery, another season of the Southern States Showcase about to get underway. John Nelson here, Nicole Morocco there, excited to get it all underway.
Yes, excited to be back for another season, excited to be here at AUM, and excited for the show. So don't go away, the showcase starts right now.
The Southern States Showcase on Sports South.
Welcome back to a brand new season of the showcase, kicking things off here in Montgomery, Alabama at the campus of AUM. John, what do we have in store?
Well, you might hear a lot of noise going on behind us just because there's some more construction and more growth going on here at AUM. We'll get into that a little later on in the show, but this is the A block, which means it's time for our first story. So now it's time for the lead.
I've been singing my whole life. I could actually hum before I could talk, so singing's been a big part of my life.
Well, I've always sang my whole life, and then in choir, well, in 4th grade, I started choir, and then all through high school, I was in choir. And I started playing piano in elementary school all the way through high school, and then recently I just started playing the guitar, just on and off a little bit.
I started out singing when I was a little girl. I grew up with my older sister. She sings a lot, so I kind of followed in her footsteps.
I was 8 when I started playing piano, and I picked up the guitar about 2 years ago.
If I told you the 4 girls you just heard from were members of a girl band, you would probably believe me. While they are all musically gifted, the love for a sport is what brought them together. Kirsten, Taylor, Courtney, and Leah are all members of the University of Mobile volleyball team. It wasn't until a preseason dinner that the girls found out they had teammates who not only shared a love for volleyball, but for music as well.
During preseason, we had a dinner that we all attended, and some of the girls started playing the piano and singing, and then just talking about, oh, I play the guitar, oh, I sing, oh, I play the piano. So it was kind of cool to see everyone's talents.
Well, during preseason, we always have a dinner night where we all go to the secretary, and we go to her house, and she feeds us dinner, and we play, and she has a piano. So normally that's the night where if you have a musical ability, you normally sing or do something. So preseason is normally when we find out who can do what, I guess.
Their love for volleyball and music has formed a bond between the girls, and their chemistry on the court is undeniable. They are off to an impressive 21-9 start to the 2012 season and are hoping to make it to the NAIA National Tournament. During practice, the team is 100% focused on improving their volleyball skills and playing as a team, but before practice, after practice, and on bus rides, they like to let loose and share their musical talents.
You never know what you're going to see when I walk into the gym. There's been many times where they're singing or dancing or doing all kinds of crazy stuff when I walk in, and it kind of goes for games sometimes too. It kind of keeps them loose. They'll be over there dancing and singing, you know, keeps them loose right before a match. So it's interesting.
I had the whole bus do the song. We divided the bus in half and like a round, like row, row your boat. Half of them did one thing and half of them did the other. But I would say that I sing at practice quite often.
Taylor, Kirsten, Courtney, and Leah all chose to attend the University of Mobile because it allowed them the best of both worlds. When asked to choose volleyball or music, it was a near impossible decision for all of them.
I love both. I'm doing both in college. It's hard to decide between the two. I will always love volleyball and I will always love music. There's just no way I could choose one over the other.
The girls are looking to finish out the regular season strong and hopefully bring home another SSAC championship to Mobile. Well, that's going to do it for the A block. John, what do we have up next?
Next stop on the showcase is Mount Vernon, Georgia, and we check in on the soccer program at Bruton Parker College as the showcase continues after this.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use, cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
The number one can make or break a great game. One hit.
And it's going back. It is out of here.
One goal. One shot. 1 second. When it comes to technology solutions, excellence is defined by one path, competitively connected. One Path is proud to be the sponsor of excellence for the Southern States Athletic Conference.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
I had a dream, a beautiful dream. I couldn't believe how real it seemed. Up on stage, in a field of green, on the winding river, and a song you'll sing. When I wake up, I'll see you here in Montgomery, where dreams come true.
If you're a fan of the Southern States Athletic Conference, then bookmark SSACsports.com. Visit daily for the latest results, news, standings, and webcasts. Follow your favorite teams and conference at SSACsports.com.
Welcome back. Second segment here on the showcase from Auburn University Montgomery. Last year it was the Wellness Center that was under construction. It is now completed. We'll get to that in just a sec. You see more of the growth going on behind us, but since it is the B Block, Nicole, where are we heading next?
Up next, we're going to head to Bruton Parker, where we'll introduce you to a soccer player who has beat all the odds to play the sport he loves.
Players of the Bruton Parker men's soccer team exude character, discipline, and perseverance. One player in particular has seen more than most adults, twice his age.
Manasseh is a very nice guy and outstanding playing. He plays like a champ. You know, he's an amazing guy. You know, a special friend of mine, and play with him for 2 years for me it's a pleasure. You know, Manasseh is the hardest to work on the team. You know, the guy that inspires everybody to work hard. You know, the guy that has a beautiful life story.
Manasseh Okozie was born in Burundi, a small country of Central East Africa with a long history of tribal warfare. Manasseh's 9 brothers and sisters often had to find food on their own just to survive.
For me, growing up there, it was tough because you know, we had all kind of civil war going on. If I remember back in 1994, as we were trying to escape the war, me and my family, you know, they got, you know, they throw us a bomb, and basically the first bomb ran after it flew after right on top of us, and the second bomb it exploded like a couple of yards, you know, away from where we were.
Hit by shrapnel from the bomb, Manasseh lost massive amounts of blood. His family was told he had just hours to live. But thanks to the Red Cross, he was given a second chance.
I just be so thankful because I'm still alive, because I got recovery and be able to walk again.
His family fled their war-stricken country, creating a new life in America. Okozie grew up playing soccer since age 4 and continued his passion at Middle Georgia College before transferring to Bruton Parker. His coach said it was a change of pace for Manasseh.
I first saw Manasseh back in August when he and his team at Middle Georgia College came to scrimmage us during preseason, and got the chance to look at him a few more times throughout the year when I went to go scout Middle Georgia again, look for potential recruits there. But I really got to know Manasseh one December night when I traveled down to Middle Georgia and met with his coach and saw Manasseh play one-on-one with his teammates there and saw his interaction with the guys, and got to sit down with Manasseh and talk with him one-on-one and get to know him a little bit there more in person. And his coach told me positive things about him. His coach didn't have one negative thing to say about Manasseh, and that's the type of kid I want on my team.
Two more players with bright futures are twin brothers, Leandro and Leonardo Pinto from Brazil, standouts on the field and off.
We basically grew up playing soccer our whole life. When we were about 19 years old, we moved to Canada to learn English. And when we got there, we had a chance to play for a club team, you know. So we went to a tryout with around 200 kids. So they pick around 8-9 players. So my brother and I were included. So we started playing this tournament over in Canada, and the team did very well nationally, you know. And some schools in America offered us a scholarship. So that's when we went back to Brazil in 2008. In 2009, we came back to America to start school and play soccer.
Both brothers are business majors with a passion for soccer and giving back to their community. The Bruton Parker soccer team hosts camps and clinics for local youth groups. As members of the International Club, the Pintos visit local elementary schools to share their culture and read to children.
The Pintos are great players to have on a team. They have the highest character, and they're the type of players that every coach wants to have on their team. They're really well respected amongst their professors and faculty members here at Bruton Parker, and they do a lot of good things around the community, and especially representing the soccer program really well. One of the things they do is, they've gone out to local elementary schools and spoken about their culture and their country and their language. They've even gone out and fundraised for kids who are less fortunate to help raise money for them to be able to buy shoes and clothes and school supplies.
We realized that some of the kids, they didn't have shoes. So we fundraising money, singing and doing bracelets to sell and stuff like that. And we went to Walmart. We bought the shoes and we went to deliver. So it was like a dream come true. It was pretty good.
With players like Manasseh Okozie and Leandro and Leonardo Pinto, Bruton Parker Soccer is bound for success. For the Southern States Showcase, I'm Mindy Hilton.
Thanks very much, Mindy. We will catch up with you with more stories here on the Showcase down the line.
Well, that's going to do it for the B Block. Up next, we'll finally tell you about everything that's going on around here at AUM, so don't go away. The Showcase continues after this.
If you're a fan of the Southern States Athletic Conference, then bookmark SSACsports.com. Visit daily for the latest results, news, standings, and webcasts. Follow your favorite teams and conference at SSACsports.com.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org.
The number one can make or break a great game. One hit.
And it's going back. It is out of here.
One goal. One shot. 1 second. When it comes to technology solutions, excellence is defined by one path, competitively connected. One Path is proud to be the sponsor of excellence for the Southern States Athletic Conference.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
I had a dream, a beautiful dream. I couldn't believe how real it seemed. Up on stage, in a field of green, on the winding river, and a song you'll sing When I wake up, I'll see you here in Montgomery, where dreams come true.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use, cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
Welcome back to the showcase. We're here in front of the brand new Wellness Center on the campus of AUM. John, what else is going on around here?
Well, that is the mission from this moment forward, Nicole. We are going to let you in on what is going on, all the growth, expansion, and construction that you've heard throughout the entire show. We let you in on it and let you know how AUM is the integral part of the SSAC that it is. Expansion seems to be the way in the Southern States Athletic Conference on campuses across the board, and life at Auburn University Montgomery is no different. All you have to do is look at the front steps of the school to see the completion of the new Wellness Center as example number one, and the student body can take a lot of the credit for getting things moving. They can also see their handiwork firsthand.
The students actually had a referendum and increased their student activity fee to build that structure. So there's general university monies in 2 classrooms, 2 labs that are used for physiological research, and in offices for our Department of Physical Education and Exercise Science on the second floor. You know, the rest of the building, the students paid for with student activity money, so all of that space is pretty much what the students indicated they wanted through a series of focus groups and programming meetings over time. In fact, it was kind of an interesting exercise because some of the faculty had slightly different ideas about what they thought ought to go in the building. And you know, my fallback was always, well, the students are paying for it, so they get what they want.
Well, one of the things that we're always trying to do is improve on our retention. And we feel like that Wellness Center is an absolute magnet for fitness, which I'm the picture of. Also, the fact that, you know, students love to be in there. It's open from 5 in the morning right now to 11 at night. And part of that is to figure out when, you know, the student usage is going to be. But most importantly, the fact that they're actually in there during those times. We know some of that will wear off, but we really are looking for things that'll provide activity. There's new intramural fields that are connected right with it, and those have been full every weekend with our flag football. And then you span across that new entrance and you see the new residence hall that'll house 293 beds. And so we're somewhat changing the landscape of the university from what was, I think, perceived as a commuter college to a little bit more of a residential.
And take into account the idea of another $38 million plus in campus projects and a new living facility right across the street and renovations to other buildings, and that's the next step in the process, and the impact can hopefully be felt and understood worldwide.
We have a big move now towards trying to internationalize our campus. I was actually at a diversity summit yesterday, and the consultant who'd flown in from the Boston area indicated that in corporate America, the 2 big areas of diversity now, in terms of areas that are considered problematic, are dealing with, first, intergenerational stuff, and secondly, globalization. So having students from different parts of the world with different worldviews on campus, we think really helps our Alabama students become more prepared for the world that they're going to inherit.
Being in the state capital of Alabama, Dr. Ferris knows that the school has to be a good steward and representative of and for the state. And knowing just the right place to make that impact is part of the challenge the school has as it moves forward through its outreach and continuing education initiatives, specifically in the IT world, and how it works in concert with the state government.
One of the things that makes us almost unique is just because of our history, outreach developed as kind of a centralized operation with a collection of applied research centers that do a lot of grant and contract work that are outside the academic units, so they have more of a kind of a private sector feel to them. They understand that, they need to have contracts to pay their workers, so they're much more, I think, customer service oriented than applied research centers can sometimes be in universities. So we're lucky enough to be located in the state capitol, and we do a tremendous amount of work in state government. One of our units is working currently with a legislative commission whose charge is to take all of state government at the enterprise level and make it more efficient.
With growing importance of the city of Montgomery when it comes to hosting both NAIA and SSAC championships, AUM is making its presence felt when it comes to facilities and also with new marketing campaigns and school titles of their own. The transition from Senators to Warhawks is seeing its own successes.
No, we've absolutely been overwhelmed with the response that has come along with Warhawks. The students have embraced it. The branding across town has been phenomenal. We see people in restaurants wearing AUM Warhawk shirts. We never saw that before. I think it's really given the student body an identity that they never had before. And also with the mascot costume itself, Curtis, we have had an unbelievable response for community activities for Curtis to attend.
Krotz also admits that the spring season athletically was a huge success, and you can see the end results in the banners that are hanging in the rafters. With the teams that are ranked in the fall sports as well, there's a continuing optimism for a program that seems to be humming right along. And if you ask Dr. Veras, there are a lot of goals for the future that go with that same academic and athletic pride, becoming a more residential campus, adding a vibrancy with that expansion in places like the Grove, and continuing to be that good steward for the state. And that all adds up to the idea and the ideal.
AUM is a university that kind of blew up size-wise in the 70s and early 80s. So we have tremendous opportunities associated with bringing on new faculty. I think in the last 5 years we brought in 92 new faculty, and each one of them brings, you know, a different perspective than maybe we had before, because they're by and large replacing people who've retired and have been here 30 years or so. And not that some of those people were not great and productive faculty members, because they were, but it's almost kind of like a blood transfusion. When you get those people in who have different ideas and have seen things done, differently, I just think that creates a certain excitement and a certain feeling that, all things are possible, as opposed to we're going to do it the way we did it last year and the year before and the year before. So I think, at this moment in history, I'm really excited to be an alum and really happy with where we are today as an institution.
So Nicole, that's the story here at AUM. A lot of growth, and they are really looking forward to the future.
Well, that's going to do it for the C Block. Up next, we'll tell you where we're headed for our next show, but first, the Players of the Week.
The Players of the Week at the conference level for the week of October 15th are as follows. In women's cross country, Brunel University sophomore Brittany Akins is the runner of the week, twice finishing the 5K distance in under 19 minutes. In men's cross country, William Carey senior Joash Asoro is the runner of the week after winning the Choctaw Open, finishing the 8K course in 24 minutes and 38 seconds. In volleyball, it's Spring Hill junior Shasha Buchanan who led the Badgers to a perfect 3-0 week behind 31 kills and 7 blocks. In women's soccer, the defensive player of the week is Brunel sophomore goalkeeper Tori Brown. Brown had 7 saves in a shutout win over AUM. The offensive player of the week was Brunel junior forward Esther Anyanwu, who scored 3 goals against Faulkner and the game winner in the AUM victory. In men's soccer, the defensive player of the week was AUM junior goalkeeper Vigner Johannesson, who tallied 6 saves in wins over Lee and Southern Poly respectively. And finally, the offensive player of the week is Southern Wesleyan junior forward Douglas Andrade. Andrade scored goals in a win over William Carey and a tie with Bellhaven.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Get in the game at playnaia.org.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use, cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? by making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
I had a dream, a beautiful dream. I couldn't believe how real it seemed. Up on stage, in the field of green, on the winding river, and a song you'll sing. When I wake up, I'll see you here in Montgomery, where dreams come true.
All right, we're going to multitask here from inside the Wellness Center at AUM to put a bow on this particular show. You saw the rankings, national rankings, Southern States always well represented. I know that when we're done from here, Nicole's going to wander over to rock climbing to finish out her workout. I think I'm just going to rest. Tell them where we are next week.
Wow. Whew.
Oh, please.
Next week, we're headed across town to Faulkner University, but first things first, I'm headed to the rock climbing.
Have fun.
Thanks. But make sure you join us next week for the showcase.
How is it I don't have a heart rate?
If you're a fan of the Southern States Athletic Conference, then bookmark SSACsports.com. Visit daily for the latest results, news, standings, and webcasts. Follow your favorite teams and conference at SSACsports.com.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org.
The number one can make or break a great game. One hit.
And it's going back. It is out of here.
One goal. One shot. 1 second. When it comes to technology solutions, excellence is defined by one. One Path, competitively connected. One Path is proud to be the sponsor of excellence for the Southern States Athletic Conference.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
I had a dream, a beautiful dream. I couldn't believe how real it seemed. Up on stage, in the field of green, on the winding river, and a song you'll sing.